Hey guys, this is indeed an exciting moment. I was at this location about 6 years ago, probably the worst vacation I ever took. I'm gonna tell you the story why at the end of the video. But I came here 6 years ago because I saw Man vs. Food. Adam Richman came here and he had the bone in the stone steak. And this is a monstrosity. So it's a bone and ribeye steak that ranges from 38 to 44 ounces. I mean, that's a big difference. And as you can see from this picture, I have tackled this thing before, and yes, it is the size of my head. I think I finished all of it. I didn't gnaw on the bone or anything, but it's pretty much demolished. I've been wanting to do a video about this for so long, but this place is in Niagara Falls. It's at the Riverstone Grill. I don't get to come here that often. So by chance, I'm going to Toronto. I'm stopping by here. I'm going to show you guys this awesome steak. And yeah, I'm going to eat it. I'm going to have a good time. All right, it has arrived. Check this out, guys. This thing, I mean, how do I put this in perspective for you? Here's my hand, and here's the steak. The steak is bigger than my hand, which is pretty big. And here, I guess, is the Excalibur of it all, covered in blue cheese, and then has fried onions on top with a massive amount of fries. This plate, the entire thing, I'm guessing this is around 10 pounds right here, everything. So I'm guessing this steak, if you can see it, smothered in blue cheese, this is at least, I'm thinking this is around a 40 ouncer right here. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my God. All right, so I don't even know how I'm gonna attack this. And then you got the side of rice pilaf here. Whew. Okay, this is exciting. It's also a little unnerving. So my goal today is to finish at least all the steak. I don't know about all the fries because that's a lot of fries. I'm so excited about this. There's been so many years I've been wanting to have this steak again. And normally, I don't usually get cheese on my steak, but there's something about this awesome blue cheese sauce. There we go. Oh my God, guys. It's better than I remember. You know how sometimes like you have something really good and then you wait a long time and it builds up in your head, and when you have it again, it's not nearly as good? This is so delicious. This is so delicious. Blue cheese is not something you typically find on steak, but the steak is so tender and juicy. I think it's wet aged for 10 days, and the blue cheese adds such a nice creamy texture to it. Oh my God. That's amazing. And my thing about steak is it's got to be super juicy, and also I don't want to add anything to it. If I have to add steak sauce or salt and pepper to a steak, then it's not done right. Check it out, guys. Cooked perfectly in the center. This is a nice tender piece of steak. And normally with a big piece of steak, you don't know if it's going to be tender or not. It's grilled and then cooked in the oven because it's so big. And this is such a tender, juicy piece of steak. I don't even think this is going to be a challenge because I'll finish the steak no problem. I think I'm almost halfway through, and I'm still like starving and loving this thing right now. Is it wrong to gnaw on a bone in public? Because if that's wrong, I don't want to be right. Hello. No, I didn't just go to the bathroom and change my shirt. I'm actually doing something I rarely do, which is come back to the same place and get the same food item again. All right, my steak number 2 has come, loaded with green cheese. And look at all the fried onion straws. And because I don't really like fries, I got the lobster mac and cheese, which is awesome. And then the smashed potatoes. Look at this. This is like the most loaded mashed potatoes I've ever seen in my life. Again, check out this steak. Look, seriously. Which is bigger, the steak or my head? I mean, wow, look at that. And of course, because this is the bone in the stone steak, we have to have the Excalibur here. I'm gonna see if I'm worthy, if I'm able to pull out the mighty Excalibur steak knife. It is meant to be. The heavens have spoke, and I will be able to conquer this steak for the second time. I mean, even the sides are the size of my head. Look at that. First of all this smells amazing. I think this is sensory overload because got the blue cheese, then you got the lobster mac and cheese, which I think has about 3 different kinds of cheese on here. And then there's cheese all over the smashed potatoes as well. Look at this. Can I finish all this? I don't know, but I'm so excited to get started. I'm gonna try the smashed potatoes right here. Oh my God, guys. You know what this is? This is not really, I mean, this is a mashed potato, but this is more like a baked potato. This is the most outrageous fusion of mashed potatoes and baked potatoes I've ever had. Add the lobster mac and cheese. Now, I've had lobster mac and cheese before, and it never comes with this much lobster. Check out all the lobster in here, big chunks of lobster. That's amazing. Love the toasted breadcrumbs on top, fantastic. I taste provolone, cheddar, Asiago. Oh man. Wow, this is creamy, lobster sweet. Oh, this is so good. I've been waiting for this for like, you know, only a couple days because I just had this, but the anticipation is overwhelming. Some nice, creamy blue cheese sauce. So much emotion, so many feelings that words cannot convey. The love I feel for you. You guys don't understand. When I took that bite, here's what went through my head. How am I gonna live in a city 6 hours away without you? I love ribeye so much because it's fatty, got a lot of flavor, tons of flavor. It's so juicy. And the sauce, this blue cheese, creamy blue cheese sauce. My love for you is like a river. It never runs dry, or it runs into the ocean where it's filled with even more love. Literally one of the best steaks I've ever had. This steak, $48 on the menu. $48 in New York will get you a little tiny piece, 12 ounce of, you know, filet mignon or maybe a little ribeye. Never a 40-odd ounce tender, delicious steak like this. I'm having so much fun right now. This, guys, is like a vacation for me. Going somewhere and eat a nice meal, that's vacation for me. All right, that was a hard-fought battle, but I think I did pretty well, and since nobody else is really here, I'm gonna gnaw on this bone here. But before I do that, I promise you guys I will tell you about my worst vacation ever. So, it was a long time ago. I just got to New York, and my job wasn't paying a lot of money, so I didn't really have a lot of vacation days. And even when I did have vacation days, I couldn't really afford to go anywhere really far away. So after about a year working in New York, I had about 5-6 vacation days, and I wanted to really go see some new exciting place I'd never been before. The only catch is I have to drive somewhere because, like I said, I was poor. I can't afford a plane ticket. So I'm looking around, and I love nature. So I see that Niagara Falls is only about 6 hours drive from New York City. And keep in mind, I wasn't always like this. I used to not research at all before I travel. I just knew the general place I'm going to and then figure out the details later. I never plan ahead for food. Never really do a lot of research about the places I'm going to, like what's fun, what's not fun, how many days you should stay there, like all the attractions. So I'm thinking Niagara Falls, I have a 6 days vacation. Let's just spend it all in Niagara Falls. So I booked my hotel on Priceline. I booked what I thought was a boutique hotel. 5 nights, 6 days, and then I just get in my car and I drive to Niagara. I get to Niagara Falls around maybe 1 or 2 in the afternoon. So this is day 1 of 6. Now, I love Niagara Falls. I love it. I'm a nature lover. I think it's beautiful. It's majestic. But here's the thing. You don't need 6 days to see Niagara Falls. So I get there, and about 20 minutes later, I've seen Niagara Falls, and I still have 5.5 days left. So then, of course, I go on the Made of the Mist. I go do all the little touristy things. You walk into a cave, whatever. And I think all that took like another hour. So I still had 5.5 days left. And then I'm like, hey, I'm near Buffalo. Isn't buffalo wings created in Buffalo? I love buffalo wings. Why don't I go to the place where they created buffalo wings? So I go in and eat buffalo wings. Yeah, that took another hour. So after I basically did everything there is to do for a tourist in Niagara Falls, I still had 5.5 days left. And you're probably wondering, hey Mike, why didn't you go to the Canada side? That's fun. You know why? Because I don't do any research before I travel back then. So I didn't even know you could travel to the Canada side and that the views of the falls are so much better over there. I didn't know any of this. That's why I did not bring my passport. So now you might be wondering, why didn't you just like cancel the rest of your trip and go back home? Because I was so economical, I bought the whole trip, the whole hotel package on Priceline, which was non-refundable. So I was stuck at that hotel. And the boutique hotel I thought I booked, which was called the Hotel Indigo, because I never heard of it before. So I'm thinking, oh, it must be a boutique, beautiful, really nice hotel. The Hotel Indigo is like, it's like a Holiday Inn, except that it's not as nice. So I go to my hotel, cramped little room, and basically I still had 5.5 days left. So basically I spent every day just soaking in the pool. And I remember my last night there, my friend, I was messaging one of my friends and she's told me, she's like, hey, there is a meteor shower tonight. And I love meteor showers. I'm thinking, this is so awesome. Finally, something to see, something to do. It was around 3 o'clock in the morning. I drove out to some random lake and I step out of my car just to look at meteor showers. And this is summer, so as soon as I stepped out of the car, and because I'm such a sweet guy, so that means my blood must be super sweet, every single mosquito in the 10-mile radius started attacking me. But you know what? I hung tough because I was bored out of my mind, and this was like the only thing I had to do in 4 days. So I stood out there, held my head high, both figuratively and literally, and you know what? I think I saw maybe one meteor, and to this day, now I'm thinking about it, it looks more like a plane. Worst vacation ever. No disrespect to the Niagara Falls area. I love it. I've been back since, and it's been fantastic. I actually went to the Canada side, which is much prettier, and I think a much more enjoyable experience. But let's face it, you don't need to spend 5 nights and 6 days looking at Niagara Falls. If you are in the area, definitely check this place out. I have all the information in the description box below. And if you don't like fries like me, definitely sub the size out. Lobster mac and cheese and the smashed potatoes, absolutely out of this world. I had a fun time in Toronto. I'll definitely be going back filming some videos. Hey, if you're in Toronto, and I might need some people to come eat with me, so send me a message on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube if you're interested in coming out to eat with me while I'm in Toronto, because I'm gonna be hitting places where there's gonna be a lot of dishes, and you know, I love to eat and I can eat a lot of food, but sometimes I gotta know my limits. Plus, I love eating with the locals. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. See ya.